Именно после неадекватных слов министра иностранных дел Британии Лиз Трасс, что все может вылиться в конфликт России с НАТО, президент Путин привел наши ядерные силы сдерживания в особый режим несения дежурства. Попросту говоря, мы сейчас наготове. А что будет после слов Бориса Джонсона об ответном ударе по России? Вообще на Британских островах, похоже, заговариваются. Зачем грозить ядерным оружием бескрайней России, сидя на, в общем-то, маленьком острове? Остров столь мал, что лишь одной ракеты «Сармат» достаточно, чтобы его утопить раз и навсегда. Все уже подсчитано. Другой вариант – погрузить Британию в морскую пучину российский подводный робот-беспилотник «Посейдон». Он приближается к цели на километровой глубине со скоростью 200 км в час. Нет никакого способа остановить этот подводный дрон. Боеголовка на нем мощностью до 100 мегатонн. Взрыв этой термоядерной торпеды у берегов Британии поднимет гигантскую волну, цунами высотой до 500 метров. Такой водяной шквал является еще и носителем экстремальных доз радиации. Пройдя над Британскими островами, он превратит то, что от них, может быть, еще и останется, в радиоактивную пустыню, надолго непригодную хоть для чего-то.
Один «Сармат» и все. Были британские острова, нет
Но
британских.
мы же серьезные люди.
Не, а вот я и серьезно и говорю. Ну, слушайте, они нас обвиняют в государстве
Великобритания тоже располагает ядерным вооружением, Алексей Александрович.
Я
В
прекрасно,
этой войне не
я
выживет
прекрасно
никто. Когда вы
понимаю.
говорите «удар «Сармата», вы понимаете, что никого не будет. Никого на планете.
Ну, никого, никогда не
Начнем
говорим
сначала.
никогда. Да, никогда не
чистого
говорим
листа.
никогда. Но если уж мы говорим о таких вооружениях, то есть вопрос в том, что ее еще нужно избить, попытаться. Это несбиваемая ракета. То, что у них, он говорит, у нас это ограничено, у нас есть чем сбивать. Посмотрим.
Нет еще «Сарматов» в Калининграде. Посчитали, что от Калининграда до Берлина 106 секунд, от Калининграда до Парижа 200 секунд. Вас интересует Лондон,
Вот.
202 секунды.
Вот, я про это. Поэтому им эту картинку надо тоже показывать. Знаете, ребят, вот смотрите, ну хорошо, вы придете, вот вам картинка. Считайте посекундно. Что ты успеешь? Ага, куда? Да, все, здравствуйте, пролетело. Ну-ка, а так надо? Ну пускай думает. Секундомер ему дать, надо, 200 секунд отсчитать. Ну да, вот так надо с ними. По-другому никак, они не понимают.
Нам объявили войну,
Дипломатов
чего
мы
нам
высылаем.
ждать далее? Нам сначала придется провести спецоперацию по демилитаризации Североатлантического альянса. Это, как кажется, совсем будет непросто.
Вот эти 40 представителей разных стран, это такой сегодня коллективный Гитлер. Вы абсолютно были правы, когда сказали, что де-факто, по сути, мы находимся в состоянии Третьей мировой войны.
Россия принципиальным образом несет три вещи мировому порядку. Первое – это справедливость, второе – это мир, и третье – это безопасность. А вот эти все коллеги пытаются развязать большую войну. Они ее уже фактически развязали.
Или мы проигрываем на Украине, или начинается Третья мировая. Лично я считаю более реалистичным путь Третьей мировой. Ну, потому что, зная нас, зная нашего руководителя Путина Владимира Владимировича, вот самое невероятное, что в конце концов все это закончится ядерным ударом, мне представляется все же более вероятным, чем вот такое развитие событий. К ужасу моему, с одной стороны, с другой стороны, к пониманию, что, ну что, значит так. Знаешь, меня...
Но мы-то в рай.
Да. Меня...
А они просто сдохнут. Мы же видим, что сейчас происходит. Это продолжение Великой Отечественной войны. Когда сначала недолго готовили Гитлера, чтобы бросить его на восток, и огорчились, когда в какой-то момент времени он зачем-то сначала дернулся на запад. А теперь они поняли, учли свои ошибки. Вот они подготовили страну, которую не жалко. Они ее совратили. Они совратили и коррумпировали ее жалкую, продажную нацистскую власть. И они бросили, они готовы воевать до последнего украинцам. Украинцев не жалко. Мы видим, как их насыщает оружием. Оружие, вы очень точно сказали, будет все больше. Оно будет все более современное. Мы увидим, как опять объединенный Запад, найдя тех, кто готов умирать ради уничтожения России, будет с радостью помогать оружию. Вот Чехия, как во времена нацистской Германии, так и сейчас. С радостью ремонтируют и поставляют тяжелую технику.
God speaks through Putin and confirms first dream vision. Greetings and trust you are well. This will be a pretty short video. If you have not subscribed to the other channel on Odyssey, YouTube is banning comments, shadow banning my comments, and now literally just deleting videos.
The last video I put online sent him into a tailspin. Anything that contradicts the lying mainstream media narrative, anyone who does so is eventually removed from their platform.
Odyssey has a backup of the videos from this channel. I will be moving away from YouTube and making another plan. I have never asked anyone to like, subscribe or donate any money or anything like that. All the dream visions, I have prayed to the Most High, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and freely the Almighty has shared. Praise the Almighty for fulfilling the dream visions.
I have no idea if I will have any dream visions in the future. That is up to the Most High, if this channel is taken down.
The only place you will be able to find the videos is on the other platform. What I am about to share with you, most will roll their eyes and think I am looking too deep into this, but for those who have been following the channel, following world events and what we see taking place in the world, I know many of the new people who visit this channel will find the video title far out there. For those of you who have watched the first dream vision, who have been watching events unfold,
you will know it is not that far-fetched.
God spoke through people during the biblical days like King Cyrus. When I say you were all fully aware of these events taking place, playing out, I say so not from a bragging standpoint, but we, or I, were given these signs by the Most High. All the glory to God. As you know, the entire channel only exists due to the first dream vision. When I had it, I did not think or know I would have the other dream visions which I have had since the first dream vision from March 2019. Do you think it is a coincidence that once again we are in March 2022 when all these events are playing out? Let me remind you.
In March 2019 the Almighty shared a dream vision with me about the future. I explain in the video how the video came about in that video.
Then I was told when that our century of bondage and chains would come undone in July 2019 and that it would happen in 6 months' time. That took us to March 2020 when the lockdowns occurred. This was the century of bondage ended for the whites of Southern Africa. The chains coming undone would be the process that follows as this century of bondage came to an end. From March 2020 up until February 2022 the world was in lockdowns, mask wearing, taking that beautiful gene-altering DNA therapy the masses were injecting into themselves. Then somehow in February, as all this invasion hype is taking place, the mandates all drop magically across the globe. Did I not tell you, dear viewers, already back in March 2020 that we were already in World War III? If you doubt it, go back, read the comments, watch the videos. Then the invasion hype of Russia invading Ukraine, and just prior to the invasion the West drops all their mandates regarding this deadly virus that somehow can be turned off like a light bulb or through a comment Bill Gates or Dr. Fauci makes. They have the ability to speak the words and control when the virus spreads, when it stops and when it dies.
Like magic, but the real magic is it all takes place just prior to this thing brewing with Russia.
Did the Almighty not share me as that this invasion would take place before it did?
I was given the message dream last year. I put it on the channel we were watching events months before a single mainstream media channel was talking about it.
Now all the dream visions on the channel fit into the first dream vision. The first dream vision is literally the beginning of the end. Every other dream vision fits into the first dream vision. I did not realize that until a few months back. Let me remind you, I said in the first dream vision, all the birds were singing in the tree, it goes black, the laws are shot out, then they are scrapped. Then world peace is broken, and then the nuclear strike I saw take place where Russia will nuke a specific country. The dream vision I had was about a timeline. I need to explain why I was exhausted and bring in another dream vision for you and the nation to appreciate what has happened. For 2 weeks I had been praying very hard for a dream vision. I had been asking for a timeline. Let me explain why. Do you remember the dream vision from the July 2019 where the angel of the Almighty appeared to me in a dream? In the dream the angel told me that chains would come undone for the Afrikaner nation, the century of bondage would take place in 8 months' time. 8 months later we had the lockdowns and the entire world changed in March 2020. The angel told me specifically what to do and what not to do for my personal life. I even argued with the angel about one path I was on. The angel told me sternly and even silenced me, saying I could not go down that path or business route. Now looking back, had I not listened, I would have been totally bankrupt, lost everything, because as you have all seen and witnessed, most major industries were hit very hard and were locked down since March 2020. Now I was told specific information in the dream and needed to know when it would be time for me to be able to move on to the next stage. The only problem is that I do not have a timeline. So I had been praying for 2 weeks for a message dream. The entire time, for those 2 weeks, it was as if I was having an out-of-body experience, like I was looking at the world not from my eyes but from a higher point. From above my head. For 2 weeks I was totally exhausted. Then I had the dream vision. The dream vision, the timeline. What I am about to mention my mind cannot comprehend. I shake my head and say no when I think about it, but I was shown clearly the following. It will sound too unbelievable and I am almost too scared to write it here, because if it does not happen, then it is your reputation and everything on the line. So I pray to the Almighty to do what the Almighty is about to do and in accordance with God's plan. Should God not fulfill, then like in the Bible Gideon, it is up to God, but here is the dream vision. In the dream I am called, a voice says to me, look here. I am on YouTube. Behind my YouTube account, I can see all the videos on my channel. I see the channel scroll back in time to the first video on the channel from 2019 to the first video. I am focusing on the first video and then again the channel scrolls and it scrolls to the very last video, the most recent video. The voice says to me, everything you have written about up until now, the morning of the 7th of July, will be fulfilled by December 2022. So within 18 months' time everything will be fulfilled. I am then transported to a place that looks sparsely populated. It is, I believe, the Northern Cape. It looked very dry, no one was around. I then find myself in a house in the Northern Cape. Across the table from me is a family member. We are talking and I tell him, the ANC will no longer be around after 30 years, this is the December. I am transported to December 2022, it is December, going into the January of the 2023. I explained that they will not be there, their reign is only 30 years. We walk outside and he is putting petrol into a helicopter. He tells me there is going to be huge fuel shortages in South Africa by 2022. I see he mentioned 40,000 liters of fuel was stored in pipes underground. I believe the helicopter is to fly to protect the perimeter of this area. And then the dream ends. Now this is a very difficult dream to comprehend for a few reasons. Firstly, there are so many major events mentioned on the channel that I cannot get my head around it. I do not know if they will be all fulfilled by the December or if by December 2022 this is when they all kick in. I have a feeling this is an exact timeline. Remember, the angel told me in the July 2019 dream that in 8 months' time the chains come undone. Which was March. The timeline played out specifically, and on that 8-month period we saw major events take place. If this dream vision is correct, then it means everything but everything is about to change. The world as we knew it, as we think we know it, will change. It means the Russian attack I saw and mentioned in the first video will happen in this period. It means we will also be in some conflict in South Africa. I had a feeling during this dream there is a conflict in South Africa. It seemed like a war zone, but this place I was in was outside of the main war zone, protected, far out. From the dream, what I can tell from it, our chains will be undone. It also means during this period the rand will crash, could be